Or you captain's red alert.
Captain on the bridge.
Or you captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, let's go! Captains, we got the trailer from Star Trek Picard Season 3 to go over. So, on screen. Yes! So, Captains, this is what we're going to do. Just in case this gets copyrighted, what we're going to do is watch it. Hopefully it stays, but if it doesn't, I'll have to edit this part out. We'll get back to it, and then probably drop our ECs, of course, on what we see in the trailer, and then, of course, further have a conversation on what we've seen. So, again, this just showed today. I was out, and as soon as I got home, we saw this, so we had to do a reaction video as we have done before. And yes, if you can't tell, I've already changed my uniform. So here we go. We'll have a look at it. Again, if I have to edit this out, you'll just see us on the other side. If not, we'll watch it and then give our 2 ECs. So here we go.
We fight or we die.
Oh, yes! Sorry, Captains, I think I had to change my uniform again there. Okay, so again, that trailer will probably link in the description below so that you can watch it in case we have to edit out. But now that we've watched it, let's go through it because there was some things here that we saw, Captain. So let's go through this sort of scene by scene. Not that. We pause that, of course. We see the Titan A being chased by that ship. Now, I will say that that ship does look pretty cool. We'll just kind of play this here without the volume. Love the shot of the Titan just kind of evading all the torpedoes. And yes, red photons are still a thing. I'm surprised that they didn't go with a different color, especially from an enemy ship. I was almost half expecting green, purple, or just another color there, but they're going with photons. So I'm not sure what species this ship is, but captains who are new to the bridge here know that I cover mostly Star Trek Online content. So the reason why, of course, that we ventured into covering Star Trek, things such as Picard, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, is because they are now intertwined. And what do I mean by that? Well, back in Season 2, some of the Star Trek Online ships did make it onto screen. So, and for years, Star Trek ships have been coming to Star Trek Online, and a lot of the relationship we've seen really take place here, especially in Star Trek Online, where we are getting things. So rest assured, that ship, if you're a captain here in Star Trek Online, know that we're going to get that. Unfortunately, to those who know what I'm going to say next, it'd probably be a promo, but it is what it is. I'm excited though for the Titan, yes. So we see that, then this is kind of like a preview. Of course, you see Captain or Admiral Picard there with Riker. That's pretty cool. And the little whistle there. Of course, 7. Just seeing 7, it just brings a smile to my heart. I'm not gonna lie, it brings a smile to my heart. And I think I might actually borrow that where they say Admiral and Captain on the bridge, because I think that is pretty cool. So we see them getting walked onto the bridge here. I'm not sure who this captain is that they're having dinner with, or if this was the captain. I can't see his pips there. I see 3. I see 3 pips, maybe? But he might be the captain of the ship. Now, I think they had, a couple days ago, released the name of this captain. I believe Liam something. So if you know captains, let me know below in the description. But they're having dinner, and everything they said they're not going to do happened, and I loved it. No firefights, of course. They are having a firefight right there. I want to just kind of see here what. So nothing about explosions. Of course, there's explosion there. I love seeing this. The phasers here are still phaser-y, so orangey. They're a little bit more reddish from what I'm finding here. So that is okay. with technology comes change at times. Oh, I believe that's not. I still think it's 3. Of course, firefights. Of course, there they are having a firefight. And crashes. Now, this is interesting. This ship, if I'm not mistaken, I believe was taken from the concept art from Star Trek Online. And it looks like this is almost like a steam runner with the way how is configured, where the nacelles are integrated with the saucer itself, and it has that like roll bar-ish configuration where the nacelles are combined. I don't doubt that we will see this ship here, but it looks like this ship actually crashes into the Titan, and that, oof, that's not good. That's an oof. I bet you that's going to be like near the end there, probably in the final battle, of course, when the Titan A is at its worst and it's trying to figure out what it's going to do next. The shot of the bridge there was 7. Oh, and of course, we see the beauty shot. We see the beauty shot of what, Captains? The Enterprise F! Yes, yes, yes! Sorry, Captains, we have known this for a while now, that the Enterprise F is the Odyssey from Star Trek Online, and super excited that we're going to see it on screen. We get a little bit more of her here. So that intro shot of her coming into this shot, a little bit aside, and then she's met up with a fleet of ships. From what I can see here, I see a Stargazer. I can't necessarily make that top one out there, but 2 Sovereigns. This ship, I believe, is just the Stargazer with the top nacelles. Same thing with this one, and another Stargazer class there, or Constitution, whatever. But kind of nice that you see another Sovereign there. Love that they're giving love to the Sovereign. I can't wait to see what this actually brings us in terms of ship shots, pew-pews, because we all are about the pretty pew-pews. So again, there's just another shot of them there before it fades out. I can't quite make out this top ship there, but it might be a Sovereign as well. So Sovereigns, another type, maybe Miranda. So a Sagan classes, actually I should say Sagan classes, but these are the Sagan classes with only the top nacelles. Of course, there is the Enterprise F. I want to know who the captain of the Enterprise F is. I will lose my ever-loving mind. But hopefully in Star Trek Online, we will get this skin soon. TM. And then here's the shot of that ship that we were talking about here earlier. That was a concept art from Star Trek Online that looks like they're going to be using and borrowed and kind of just modernized there. So there's another shot there of it. Now, this is a new person here. I'm not sure if he's a friend or foe, but he's shown here a couple shots here with Picard pointing a phaser at him. I don't know who he is. So I wonder, he doesn't look like he's a Starfleet officer. Can't tell by the uniform, it's kind of dark. But for what it is, it's going to be probably a major character. They wouldn't show it if not. We go to the next shot here. I think we've seen this shot before. It's a bunch of shuttles kind of flying to disguise herself. And of course, Dr. Beverly. Of course, captains of Star Trek Online know that we are so happy to have Gates McFadden, aka Dr. Beverly, even though it's the Terran version of her in Star Trek Online. And that's what I mean. There is some mixing happening now like there's never been before in Star Trek Online, and that's why we are taking this opportunity to cover all this Trek, because it makes us excited, and I am a TNG baby. So captains, let us know in the description below if you are a TNG baby, and to those who know, you know what that means. The Trek that we were introduced to here, which gave us the love for Star Trek. So there she is, loving her. I will say, she did a fantastic voiceover there in Star Trek Online so far, and I hope we get more of her. We had her only in 1 episode and a TFO, and hopefully we just get more of her, because I feel that usually we get like a couple episodes with voiceovers from the actors, and just looking forward, because she was really into her part, and that is just all a Star Trek Online captain can ask for, is anytime that an actor does make that crossover to Star Trek Online, that they're just giving it their all. Talking about trust there, Picard is gonna... So we see her already, seems like in the situation that she needs to be rescued. And one of the shots there, she's like in this like cryovac type thing, stasis pod. There's that ship again coming onto the Titan. Of course, here is the villain, the main villain of, I believe the main, or one of the main villains of this season here, the last season. Right. What I would give anything to have Picard and or Riker in Star Trek Online. Hopefully. There's that shot again. That photons firing at the Titan. It's doing a little swirly thing. I love it. Airlock unlock. So know that most likely we'll get a lot of these costumes as well in Star Trek Online. And that's what we call Space Barbie, which is the true endgame. It looks like they are all with her. It looks like there's something wrong with her. Kind of gives me the vibes of Nemesis when the Picard clone was having issues there and needing Picard. So I'm not sure if that's going to play a factor, but there's that ship again. So we might do another video on this, but the interesting thing is on this ship is an LLaP ship, and that LLaP ship is actually in Star Trek Online, or at least that's what it is in Star Trek Online. It's an LLaP ship. So it looks like it was actually mounted on that little roll bar or that structure that is connecting the two nacelles there. And then all of a sudden this thing goes to warp and then leaves it. So I don't know what that is, but got a Raffi there, of course, Deanna, Geordi. Now, one of the shots here, I was just like, So the final voyage begins. We got a lot of space shots here, and I'm super happy about that. Here, I can't really make out the ships here, but love seeing the starbase there. And it looks like it's somewhat upgraded. There's like attachment there coming off the main ring there. Is it just me, or does it look like Geordi's not impressed? He's not impressed seeing Picard there. That has to be Picard. So this is it looks like this is the captain that they were having dinner with. So possibly, that's possible. Looks like this is the reason why I say that. If this is the view screen, this looks like the station that's on the right, and there the captain is there, and of course Picard's sitting on the seat to the right of the captain, possibly. Which is Beverly again. You get a different feel when you're looking at these stills here and there. Of course, we get Worf. I must say, I love the aged Worf here. It just looks so cool. Of course, I think it was actually Worf and Raffi that was having a fight there. And then I think Worf actually butts his head against Raff there. And we see an awesome shot of the Titan coming in here. And of course, captains, if you don't know, we did an interview with the creator of this ship, Bill Krause, aka Admiral Buck. So we're so happy for him that he's got his ship on screen. And he did say during our interview that he's got one more ship that we're going to see. And I think we might have seen it here. Cap. So go over it. The nice shot there. There's that character again. Again, I don't know him. I didn't watch fully season 1 and 2. Captains, if you know, let me know down in the description below. Or the comments, I should say. These phaser rifles, we actually have them now in Star Trek Online. There was a lockbox recently released there in Star Trek Online, a Safe Galaxy, and these phasers are now in Star Trek Online. They look like the ones at least, which are awesome. And I believe these are the ones that also Seven dual wielded. It's just kind of a weird scene. So something here, this bright light affected everyone here. And that looks like a new alien species there. For some reason, it affected everyone here. There he is again. That is the Titan, so he is on there. And again, it doesn't look like he's wearing a uniform, a Starfleet uniform. And there she is, being all crazy. This chick is psycho. I get psycho vibes from her. I feel uncomfortable, and I think she's going to do a wicked job, in my opinion, of being just this crazy lady. I think this is the ship. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this kind of looks like one of Admiral Buck's design here. I'm not mistaken. But this is a new ship. I don't think I've ever seen this. So this is going to be interesting to see what this actually is. It looks like it has the nacelles of the Sagan class. and then a really different type saucer that I haven't seen. There is a deflector there, barely visible, but I think this is the other ship that Admiral Buck, I'm guessing, this is just a guess. I might have to ask, is this it, to him, and then see what he says when, and see if he'll actually respond. I'm not sure if he'll be able to say yes or no, but there is a ship blowing up there. I think that is Picard there. Yep. A worried, and then now there's a Raffi there looking something there. See, there Beverly was in stasis, in a stasis pod, so I believe they rescued her, and then all of a sudden this is how they get back together. Of course. But lore, I guess it's lore. The lore B44, but I think this is lore. What else do we have here? We had a lot of good eye candy here, of course, because of the ships. Captains, I'm all about the ships here. I love this shot here. These impulse engines are huge, but I don't think the Titan A is a big ship necessarily. Then seeing them here together in this conference table, it warmed my heart. Obviously, the only one that's not there was Data, but close enough. You have pretty much everyone here. Deanna, Worf, of course, Picard, Dr. Bev, Geordi, and Riker, of course. Brings me back to those days when I was watching Star Trek when I was young. So now he's in the captain's chair for some reason. So not sure if this is probably like the last shot of the season where, you know, he's just giving the final orders to go home or something like that, but they're all smiles there. I can almost probably, or this is when Seven was introducing them and then said, you know, do the honors there, Admiral Picard. Of course, he says engage. God, the voice is just, hearing his voice, he's gotten on an age. But there it is, captains. And then, of course, this last little exchange between the two of them was awesome. You're not having fun, are you? So there it is. It's going to be in February. It's only a couple weeks away. Now, captains, we're not sure if we're going to be doing the reactions that we've done, but we'll see how they do this. It seems like it's going to use the formula that they have before, where it's just going to one long episodic arc as opposed to, you know, just self-contained episodes. If that's the case, that's fine. You know, I don't care either way. This is the last season, but I hope if this does really good, that something comes of this, either a spin-off show or more opportunities for us to see more of the TNG crew, and that could extend to either Geordi. Can you imagine if Geordi got his own show? Oh my god! Geordi, Riker, of course, you have all of that. Now, they didn't show Moriarty here, but they did in that one trailer that we were looking at, so I'm kind of surprised on that. But captains, we are excited. Of course, we have made a video already, and we were super excited, of course, seeing the Enterprise F just now. That's why hence it's on the thumbnail again. But that's our two ECs on this. I really can't wait for it. I want to see all the ships. I want to see all the pretty pew-pews. And I would love to see all the ships, of course, that we see on screen come to Star Trek Online. And from all of those, the one that I'm most excited for, of course, is the Titan A, is the main ship, of course, and also the Odyssey skin, because we already do have the Odyssey in game. And from my knowledge, the Odyssey that we have there in Star Trek Online is the refit of the Odyssey that we'll be seeing here in Picard. So this is taken prior to the timeline in Star Trek Online, from what I can gather. Regardless, I want that skin. Hopefully we just get that for free in Star Trek Online. And of course, we want that ship, the Titan A. From seeing all this, the enemy ship is kind of interesting, along with that little escort there that we saw that looks like the Steam Runner. But regardless, super excited. Again, I had to change the uniform a couple of times when I saw this, but that is our coverage of that. That is our reaction, I should say, to that trailer. Again, super, super excited. Now, I do hate to leave it on this note, but this also did happen today. And shout out to my fellow Star Trek Online captain, Dwayne, who let us know here in our Discord. unfortunately, we had another Star Trek actor pass away, and it was actress Annie Wersching. Now, it says here, of course, he linked this Twitter at Trek News 1. Actress Annie Wersching, who played Tess in The Last of Us and the Queen Borg, has sadly passed away from cancer at age 45. You know, I did mention before when we lost Uhura, aka Nichelle, that these next couple of years are going to be harsh, but to lose someone this young, it does actually hurt the heart a little bit, you know, because I think she did good. You know, I didn't really connect with her because I didn't really have a chance, but of the scenes that she was in, she did good. I think she really did good. She owned it, and the relationship she was going off there and playing off between her and Girardi was really good of the scenes that I saw. So this is kind of, again, sad, and Captains, just in case you don't know, we'll show this here, and that is her right there. Of course, Annie Wersching, and then if you kind of scroll up here, there's just a bunch of pictures here. There's a picture of her with Patrick Stewart. So again, hate to leave on the somber note, but this is also that came in today. And you know, whenever we have a Star Trek actor pass away, we like to kind of thank them, you know, for what they have done and what they added to the Star Trek universe. And she added something definitely huge in the Star Trek universe. She was the Queen of the Borg there for Picard Season 2. And of all the tweets that I've been reading from people that know her, just someone who's full of life and loved what she was doing. So again, this is the first time I saw her was in Star Trek Picard Season 2. And, you know, all we can say at this point is thank you for all the work, obviously, that she has done for Star Trek. And, you know, condolences, of course, best to the family. But, again, it's something that we hate to lose, especially in the Star Trek universe family. But what we can remember them by is what they added onto. So, Captains, that is the video. Thought we would cover those two. Again, super sad news there, and hopefully all our thoughts, of course, with the family who are grieving. And thank you, of course, for all the work. But, of course, we go back to Star Trek Picard. The final season is going to be streaming February 16. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we're not sure if we're going to do our sort of review of the episodes. And if we do decide to, we're going to try to do a different format. As opposed to going to screen, we're going to try to probably give our overall thoughts of the episode, highlighting what we think we kind of, especially the parts that we connected with. Whether that be the character, the overall scene, the story, or the ships, of course. That's kind of what we'll do. So, Captains, like the video, comment below, let us know what you're excited about for Star Trek Picard Season 3, what you're looking forward to. And of course, subscribe here to the YouTube Bridge, and we will actually leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.